Hey designers, welcome back. So glad to have you here. Let's kick off today with a quick little thought experiment. Imagine you're browsing the internet, but every time you click a button, nothing happens. Every video plays without captions, and every single website assumes you can see perfectly, hear clearly, and use a mouse with ease. Sounds frustrating, right? Well, that's not just a one off bad experience, that's daily life for millions of users with disabilities. And that's why we're here today. This week, we're diving into accessibility, also known as A11, what it really means, the key principles behind it, why it matters, and how designing with inclusion in mind actually creates better experiences for everyone, not just those with disabilities. So, let's get into it and start designing for real people with real needs. So, what is accessibility? Let's define that first. Accessibility means designing and developing digital products, websites, applications, and services in a way that allows everyone to use them, regardless of physical, sensory, or cognitive abilities. Think of it like this: if someone can't use your product because of how it's designed, then it's not fully designed. So here's the thing: accessibility isn't just for people with permanent disabilities, it actually helps a whole lot of us, more often than we realize. Think about it. Maybe someone is blind or has hearing loss or uses a wheelchair. They rely on accessibility features every day. But what if you've broken your arm or you're recovering from surgery? Suddenly, using a mouse or typing on your phone becomes a challenge. Or maybe you're trying to read your screen in bright sunlight, or you're in a noisy place and need captions to follow a video. Been there, right? Then we have older adults, your grandparents, maybe your parents, who might be dealing with declining vision or slower reaction times. And let's not forget those everyday situations where accessibility makes life easier, like holding a baby in one hand and using your phone with the other, or wearing gloves in winter while texting, or even asking your voice assistant to send a message while driving. See? Accessibility helps real people in real life moments, not just a small group. It's for all of us. For example, closed captions were originally designed for people who are deaf or hard of hearing, but they are now widely used by commuters who watch videos without sound, people learning a new language, individuals in noisy environments like gyms and cafes. So, why does accessibility matter? Let's get real for a moment. Why should you or your team actually care about accessibility? I've got four big reasons for you. Let's break them down. First, it's just the right thing to do, the human and ethical side. Over 1 billion people around the world live with some form of disability. That's a huge part of our global community. And every single person deserves equal access to information, services, and experiences, just like anyone else. When we make things accessible, we're saying, you matter, you're included, you belong here. And for companies, prioritizing accessibility means you're also building a culture of inclusion and diversity. And that's something users, employees, and the world notice. Second, it's good for business. Like, really good accessibility isn't just the right thing to do, it's also the smart thing. The global disability market has a spending power of around $1.2 trillion. Yep, with a T. Add friends, family, caregivers, that number shoots even higher. So, companies that bake in accessibility gain trust and loyalty from more users, boost their brand reputation, and often see higher engagement and even more sales. Apple is a leader in accessibility, and because of that, their devices are hugely popular among blind and visually impaired users. Third, it helps with SEO and site performance. Now, here's one people don't always think about: accessibility helps you win on Google. How? Well, accessible websites usually follow solid UX and SEO practices by default. Things like using alt text for images, creating clear structured headings, designing for mobile friendliness. Why does that matter? Because Google loves websites that are well structured and easy to navigate. So, yeah, accessibility can actually help you rank higher. Fourth, it helps you stay out of legal trouble. There are real laws around this: the ADA in the US, WCAG globally, EN 301, 549 in Europe. And if your website or app isn't accessible, you could face lawsuits, fines, or serious reputation damage. A quick case study. A media streaming platform got fined because it didn't provide captions for its video content, which meant deaf users couldn't enjoy the content. That fine could have been avoided with a little planning and inclusivity. That's a wrap for this video. In the next one, we'll dive into something that often confuses people: accessibility, usability, and inclusive design. I'll break down the differences between the three, and more importantly, why they matter for your business and your users.